I want to thank him very much. Members, if you can give me...
Honorable members.
You see, the reason I wanted the Parliament to listen to the chairperson.
Honorable members, can you first listen to the shadow finance? And first of all,
I am happy.
you're all standing to speak.
I am happy that the...
So you all want to speak when he's speaking? I am going to ask my clerk to give all of you the rules, because it seems the ones we gave you first have gotten lost.
Madam Speaker, I am very happy. I am very happy that the chair... You see, the trouble in this Parliament, we may want to speak, but we need the information. That's why I conceded. I had been asked to speak. It's not that I don't have something to say, but I thought we would benefit from the chair of the committee explaining where the money went. Now that that has been done, you know we did a minority. We disagreed with the chairman. But I don't want to participate in lynching him for no crime committed. Madam Speaker, if you go to the law on Public Finance Management Act, specifically Section 13, it outlines the number of documents that are supposed to accompany the budget. Unfortunately, we may not have paid attention to all of them. For example, if you allow me, Madam Chair, the 750 billion, 300 billion, and let the ministers come here and deny that you are removing from the items that the chair has read. That money is going to Roko Construction Company. It is entirely...
The information I want to give, Madam Chair, Roko, 19... Madam Chair, Pope had visited Uganda in 1969 to construct that church at Namugongo. Ever since that time, by the Catholic Church, by the way, she has been doing business by itself. So the moment you look at the challenges of our hospitals and our schools, there is no way you can bail out Roko, which has been here since 1969, with the assets at Kawempe doing business, and you use the government buy funds from Karungu West constituency to bail it out. So even the Catholic Church, after doing its work, if it failed, it did its work and functioned as official on our side.
Madam Chair, I will be done.
Honorable colleagues, on 21st July 2022, this August House passed a resolution for government to take out shares in Roko. And therefore, yes, Right Honorable Speaker, the resolution...
Why don't you listen?
Why
don't you listen?
The resolution, I am just providing information
Museveni,
that the Parliament on 21st July 2022 passed a resolution to take out shares in Roko.
What have we benefited from Roko?
If the decision...
What has Uganda benefited from Roko?
No, me have just provided...
What has Uganda benefited from Roko? What has Uganda benefited from Roko?
Yona.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am just reminding us that as we make this decision, we made the decision earlier and this is now an obligation.
Madam Speaker, I want to inform that to the General, we should not have these things of robbing and, castigating Parliament. We took shares indeed. What we took, preferential shares.
What are those shares? Can you define those shares, whether they mean anything to Ugandans?
But who approved it?
And the Speaker then, because, Madam Speaker, the concern of Roko is the business of individuals in the executive. And the Speaker then passed it alone without Parliament. So, when the Speaker then Parliament at alone, we should turn out gun. We should. No. Parliament, because you have been denied a chance to speak.
Okay, you can follow it.
It's on record that the Speaker passed it alone without Parliament.
You sit.
Right, Honorable Chair.
I am saying anybody will start talking when the house is quiet. Let's first sit. Can I have silence?
Right Honorable Speaker.
Alumu, come back this side.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues. Budget is a document that reflects the priorities of government as headed by the President. In 2006,
Yona,
government of Uganda, together with Parliament, all of us were
Honorable,
not here.
just a minute. Yona, it is just out of respect that when an elder is speaking, that you respect. Yona, do you want me to speak of businesses that you're also doing?
Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, we are here for a reason. We are here.
Can we have silence?
Honorable members, like I said earlier, the budget is a document that reflects the priorities.
I'll chase you out. You, Mariam.
The priorities of government as headed by the head of state. In 2006, 2005, 2006, Parliament of Uganda decided to increase the budget to work on roads and also provide electricity. That did not mean that we did not want to work on health centers. That did not mean that we did not want to work on water. We decided to work on roads and 14 trillion. Honorable colleagues.
Honorable.
I've been keeping quiet when other members are talking. Give me an opportunity to
Honorable members, listen to the Prime Minister.
Yes. Honorable members, sometimes we need to consolidate our efforts so that we can work on the common good. If we had not consolidated our budgets then, the roads we are now talking about would not have been worked on. Let me give an example. The budget committee, they allocated the money, was 80 billion to purchase iron sheets in my office for Karamoja. We are saying now, Karamoja, we need to, one, work on water for production so that those people can produce their own food.
Clarification.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, let the Prime
We
Minister
want to
finish.
dig dams
Thank you, Speaker.
so that those people can, and that is in the budget.
Okay.
Colleagues,
Order, Madam Speaker.
I want you to,
Madam Speaker. She had issues that were disturbing the people of Kakumiro. She was busy jumping outside, speaking English that I did not understand very well. Now that she has become a Prime Minister, she has forgotten the people of Kakumiro, and now she's beginning to defend foreigners who are investing here. Isn't she in order to forget where she comes from? Is she in order?
Honorable Dur.
We are still in the committee of the whole house, meaning that at the end of this process, we have to report back to Parliament.
Yes.
The items we are considering were read by the minister to us. What we should now be doing is to look at vote 008 and talk about the 10 billion and take a decision on that and then move to the next items. If at the end, yes, debate it and
Honorable members,
We've not started work, we are debating.
honorable members, first wait. Why don't honorable members? Honorable members. Honorable members, since we are not ready to listen to each other, can you sit down? We are not ready to listen to each other. Now we are going to put a question on reconsideration. Put a question that Appropriation Bill 2024, as returned by His Excellency the President, in accordance with Article 91(3)(c) of the Constitution, be reconsidered by this House. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that the House resumes and
I put a question that the House resumes and the Committee of the Whole House resumes there too. Those in favor say and the contrary nay.
Report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister.
report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the motion for reconsideration of the Appropriations Bill 2024 and passed it.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg
Honorable
to move the
members, I
motion.
want you to know you came to this parliament alone. Nobody brought you.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report of the Committee of the whole House be adopted.
Be adopted by this House. Those in favor say, and the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Procedure, Right Honorable Speaker, I want to
Motion
put on the...
that the House resolves its estimates of revenue and expenditure for the financial year 2024.
Honorable members, I have your attention. Honorable members, 16. This House is applied a budget 2024-2025. The supply culminated in 2 appropriation bill 2024. However, as earlier on, as I said, this was returned by the President and communicated. So procedure, the House will resupply the harmonized budgetary provisions, taking into consideration His Excellency's request. Pursuant to Rule 1512 of the Rules of Procedure, I will now invite the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to move a motion for the House to resolve itself into a committee of supply for the purpose of resupplying the budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025. Honorable Minister, there is no procedure.
Madam Speaker, this House resolves itself into a committee of supply to reconsider the Appropriations Bill 2024. I beg to move.
Seconded by Koluo, Mutiwa, Ayume, Bish, Ronald, Can you speak to your motion?
Inga parliament nti era obuli bwenguzi era ki naye budget committee chairperson yaze n'alaga sente bwe zaali allocated ku malwaliro ku nguudo z'abantu n'ebirala okulaba nga sente ziri appropriated very well. Kakati gwe musaasizi ne ba technocrats ne muddeyo ne mufumba ebintu byammwe nga mwali Museveni yabatumye abalagidde ku biliyoni 7.5 ng'almost half of it mugenda ziwa Roko. Kakati we mwagala tukube mu ngalo nti kakati basuddeyo obusamambiro basuddeyo obukunkumuka bweruti. Nze ekyamazima nfulumye ng'omubaka parliament neekalakasiza ku lwange kubanga kyetukola ekyamazima nga tekiriiyo. Gwe ekirungi kiri wakiwanuka agenze ku likodi naye nga akikkiriza nga Ssemujju amaze omuteeka mu kkoona era neebaza nnyo Honorable Ssemujju okubeera tuli eno naye alaba ebintu oba oli mu ngeri y'enjawulo n'alaga ababaka ba parliament era yensonga lwaki ekutta omuliro ku ssaawa esembyeyo era ekyamazima ne sipiika n'akola ruling naye ng'ekyamazima naye akirabye. Mujjukire bulungi bwe twali tuyise sente biliyoni 2 n'okusoba ezaali zigenda mu Roko ekyamazima era parliament twakkiriza mu mbeera eyo naye kati n'omwongera 300 biliyoni n'okusoba isirwiri ekyamazima bannayuganda twongere okwekaabira bannansi naye buvunaanyizibwa bannayuganda bonna okwongera okusituka nga boolaba olwaleero bannakenya bwe bagaa ne batakkiriza ebyo ebigenda maaso naddala nga bityoboola ensimbi y'omuwi w'omusolo.
Abaka parliament banansonyiwa naye abasinga obungi tebasoma bawagiranga omuntu agenda okuwagira mupiira nga tamanyi ttiimu yezaawa. Museveni agamba nti parliament ekyusa enteekateeka ze eza Uganda enteekateeka tuva kuzisoma. Budget committee sene yaziteeka kugula ambulance kuzimba amasomero. Museveni alwana nti bazizzeeyo agenda aziweroko 300 billion. Speaker wandemesereza okugenda mu maaso bw'ogenda mu treasury operations vote 130 bateekamu item others. Can you imagine nti oli MP olina amagezi n'oyisa budget nga mulimu item others mulimu lubowa kyovola bwe ntandise obisokolayo tebanzizemu kunzikiriza kwogera. Nze si omu kwabo ababeera mu parliament nga bagamba sente zino zidde wano njanye ebintu ebiri serious. Naye n'abo abaazikyusa bw'obageraageranya ne Museveni eggwanga lirina okumanya olwaleero ane mufeere ku ba MPs ne president. Nti gwe okwate sente z'omusolo oziwe Roko construction company y'omuntu kuba yemulemeredde okulaninga. Ozijje ku ambulance, ozijje ku masomero, ozijje ku malwaliro, ozijje ku nguudo abakazi baagala okukola bridge. So kati abaka b'NRM mu kibi kyabwe balinganga robot. Obawulidde nga bonna baganye. Of course tugambye no speaker n'agamba yes. Naye era basigaddemu bakyagenda mu maaso. Chairperson wa committee ya budget omala otya okusoma ebintu byasomye ng'okola omutwe gukola bulungi. N'omala n'ogamba nti naye nzikiriza ebya Museveni. Iriere oba okyali chairperson wa budget committee. Museveni agamba nti tuwe Roko ssente tuziwe Rubowa Pineti tuzijje ku bintu by'osomye ebiruma abantu. N'omala n'ogamba nti nawakubadde nsomye bino ebintu ebiruma abantu naye ssente nziwadde Museveni. Kubanga Roko bakwano be ng'abantu. Ba mismanaging company kati kuteka sente z'omusolo. Kati Museveni akoze campaign mu bantu abaka abo babbi olwaera abantu bayawule wakati w'omubbi. Nti sente ze bawe z'omusolo kati zigenda mu company z'abantu. Museveni agambye ebyogula ambulance ebyogula kikono na priority yenga government. The Museveni returned this bill accusing Parliament of corruption. He said their Parliament is destroying and distorting his development agenda. The trouble is that many MPs don't read. Those who are cheering Museveni were doing so because they didn't have enough information. That's why I made only one submission. 770 billion reallocated. Nearly half of that money, 300 billion, is going to Roko, a private company that has been mismanaged by its proprietor, but they are Museveni's friends. They didn't allow me to proceed to the next point. Because the next point, money was being moved from what Museveni calls debt servicing, and debt servicing there meant Rubowa of Pineti. So these MPs who are cheering Museveni, today he has them. See, they are moving money from buying ambulances, constructing schools, health facilities to give to Rubowa, money from workshops. So here it's entirely up to the public and those MPs who have been cheering Museveni. He has said MPs are thieves. Now the country must judge between Museveni and MPs.
Mufune emigo muje mutukube. Abatulonda. Mbega ide munonye emigo muje mutuwutule. Ate buli gwe mukuba mutandikire ku mutwe. Wemba mukuba abaka ba parliament mukube ku mutwe. Buli omu waayita kuba. Obusiru bususe. Ekintu kya Mwami Museveni kyaliko okujjawo obuyinza bwa parliament bwa appropriation kinene. Ne kati nga isiyagi ono ne bwana byonna byasomye era Museveni ajja musiba. Kubanga alina emisango okitegeera. Naye mazima ddala tulya mmere ki wano ku parliament. Naye kino kigende wa speaker wa parliament ali ku buzibu bunene. Yegendereze. Ate nkyogera ng'omukatoliki kati. Kubanga ababaka baleeta amavoice agadisentinga ne tufuna bipartisan matter ababaka ne bagamba nti no. Kati guno mulundi gwakubiri speaker nga abantu bagamba no ye n'agamba yes. Ababaka bagamba yes ye ng'agamba no. Ani alina amatu amalwadde? Mufune emigo mutukube mulinda ki? Ababaka mbajjemu emputwe bagiwulire obutawulira kyabaleeta wano. Tusiba ku mmeeza wali kusayininga tebawulira. N'abajasi babali bakaba amaziga. Ngambo Roko yajja mu Uganda nga eze kuzimba kereziya ye Namugongo ey'Abakatoliki. Bwe yamala okuyita mu ng'eveitale nekwata business etambude ne bali bayisa sente za Roko wano kyali irregular. Nasaba mukama wange yavaako kati ne muga tugende mu kooti ne batakiwabudde. Twalina ogenda mu kooti nga opposition kubanga yali speaker yali Honorable Taiwo yakiisa mu bukyamu era nali mu house. Nokola ne procedure gye yayitamu nga nfu. Kati buli abaleeta mutukube munonye emigo mutukube ng'ab'e Kenya abantu bajja kuvaamu obusiru bwe balina mu mutwe waba balumbe waka kube
omukatoliki abagambye ki njala kuddamu byabagambye abagambye ki
ate ono akubye n'akalulu ono ate nga
ekikulu ekiriwo nze ndi musajja mukristaayo ate omulokole Njagala okwebaza aba MP abasinga obungi abawagidde okukwata mu budget. Bali bagikwase bubi, bano ababaka ba budget committee bali begabidde amalwaliro mu bitundu byabwe. Katata ababaka abatali ba budget committee bakoleki. Mbadde n'omubaka omukyalo wena Kapiripiti minister. N'angamba nti naye amalwaliro gonna ge babaze nga gali ku bamemba ba budget committee. Aba budget committee ebirungi byonna bigende mu bo. Lwaki tukola equal distribution of resources and wealth. Mpagira president okukomyawo etteeka lino kubanga abantu babadde beefuddeko nga bali mu cheap politics nga tebafa ku kintu ekiyamba bannayuganda. President abagambye amakubo ng'erikuba eriva e Ssembabule Mateete okugwa e Masaka we balwanira nga tebalikolanga. Ekkubo erigenda eriva Engora nerigenda Serere nerigwamu e Soroti lwaki tebalikola? Sente zonna zonna ze babadde beegabidde singa bazikwata ne baziteeka mu makubo ago ne tukola amakubo ne tumanya nti budget omwaka oguddako tugende mu masomero, omwaka oguddako tugende mu malwaliro, Uganda egenda kubanga ekulaakulana. So yagamba nti bayongeramu bilioni 7.5 bilioni 7.5 kubakulako just bilioni 2.5 okweza akatabali kakatya kamu nenga kona bakoze biyamba bo nga tebigenda kuyamba gwanga ng'eggwanga. So nze ndowooza kino kye tuliko kye kituufu era katugende tuteese wadde sirina right eronda ndi ex official nenja kubeeramu omwo nga nkubira abalonda. So I want, first of all, let me kanjogere ne kusha Roko. Mpulidde bakulu nga boogera ku Roko. Roko, government, parliament eno yennyini nze nga sinabeeramu nga nkyali mu bivulu. Parliament eno ye yayise etteeka resolution egamba nti bagule emigabo mu kampani eya Roko. Bw'oba ogula emigabo mu kampani eya Roko yajja mu 1969. Emigabo gye baagula bagibaliramu ssente meka. So sente ze tuwa Roko za migabo egyagulwa nga kati government egenda kubeera shareholder mu kampani eyo. Kuba government ebadde efiirwa ssente ng'esasula Roko okukola ebintu n'edduka n'egenda. Ne kati ssente wetuba nga tuli ba shareholder amagoba agaba gakoledda ku kkubo lye tukoze government ebeera efunako. So kirungi okukulaakulanya ebyaffe okusinga ambulance we ziri. Ambulance we ziri. Soko je. Okay. Mwagula resolution mwazigula.
That thing in parliament. Mulembe kozesa maanyi gammwe. Challenging ekintu kya Roko wano ne kola muteyaliwo kyali president
kyali.
Naye damunga oli wano nga minister ayogera youth nkuliko nange.
Nze ni minister w'abavubuka. Kyejagala ogenda okudefendinga mu parliament ndako. Njagala sente za Juwakali. Kubanga ne beba ambulance abasinga ze baba baziteeka ku empira bagitunda. One, I want for his visionary leadership. First of all, if you look at the budget as it was, members of budget committee had allocated themselves hospitals in their constituencies. Only their constituencies. In Masindi, there is no single hospital added. In Bulisa, no single health center added. Why are they doing selective development of health centers? You can verify, you look at the budget, you have it, you verify. So I want to thank the President for that. Then too, I'm challenging my elder brother regarding Roko payment. Government agreed to invest in the East Africa pipeline. Also, government agreed to invest in Roko as shareholders. So we are buying shares from a construction company so that we have our own construction companies which will contract and bid for jobs, and then the profit made remains here. So it is good for the young people. Young people will get more jobs. The engineers are going to get jobs. The drivers will get jobs. So let us congratulate Uganda for getting shares in one of the biggest construction companies in the world.
There is nothing like blackmailing the Parliament of Uganda. First of all, I'm also a member of Parliament from Karamoja. One thing that we have to know, the truth is that when the President, the Cabinet comes up with a budget, we are not supposed to come to Cabinet and to Parliament and do our own appropriation. And we take things for granted because by the time it comes back to Parliament, we come to detect this. But the President has mentioned very well in his letter that 3.7 trillion has been going on. This has been a habit. There is no way, even if you're an owner of a house and you realize that you put something at this position and you want it to be in that position, because the President knows that in each of these regions, there are a number of health centers, there are a number of roads that have to be constructed, there are a number of facilities. And then someone comes and sits down and says, it has to go to Nakapipit because I'm a member of the committee. What happens to the rest of members of parliament? Ssemujju and Ssemujju are here making noise, but they have forgotten that the people who are moving this money are trying to put the things for them to come back to parliament, which is wrong. I don't want to have everything because I'm in the committee to go to Nakapiripit. Let it be done in the central place because it's evenly distributed at the committee level. So then the issue of the committee members, let me tell you, not every committee members of budget should be stereotyped, okay? There are those individuals who are used to do this, and if they are there, they should be brought out very clearly that this person and this person, some of them already are in the courts of law. We know what they did. They were brokering, they were becoming kayungirizi between the budget leadership and also, the budget committee and the MDS. This is criminal. We shall not accept this, and this is where the problem comes from. So putting money, even me in my own household, if I put something in a place and I know I want to come back and find it the way it is not good for someone else to come and remove it and take to his house without even me as the government knowing where it's going. We are not crucifying the members of the committee. Not all of them did this. There are those individuals. Let us ring fence and say these are the individuals who did this. But we are saying we want even distribution of resources to be taken to every part of this country. This is what NRM does in its book. Nze kyenjagala okwogerako bifuddeyo leero mu parliament. Mbutuufu kyogerako bwe kiti abantu ababaka ba parliament abali mu committee sigamba nti bonna nga bano ababadde wano boogera si bonna babadde mu nsonga eyo y'okugira nga bakayungirizi eriyo bali ababadde mu committee naye nga babeera makkati ga MDS ne ministries ne committees then basolooza ssente bamanyi okugira ne bagamba teeka wano ssente naye n'ekirala naffe abatali mu committee nze ni minister ogenda okulaba nti health centers zonna ze babadde bateese mu budget zigenda eri ababaka abali mu committee yoka eya budget olwo ffe baminisita abatali mu budget committee tulifuna di health center. So ekintu tukireke nga bwe kiri president nga bwatulagiridde tukole even distribution buli wamu awatali health center bateekeyo health center. Kati waliwo health center emu gye bateese abantu gye mmanyi sigenda kyogerako wano abantu tebawera wadde 100 naye baagala kuteekayo yes tebasobola kuteekayo health center 3 mu kifo ng'ekyo nga nze naye mmanyiyo mbadde ntambula nnyo mu ggwanga kubanga nanyini constituency eyo ali mu budget committee. So tulina okuteekawo enjawulo ababadde basolooza ssente ababadde baagala okulaba nti budget committee ebeeranga yaabwe bokka babeera mu committee bakolera ggwanga lyonna balina okukola emirimu nga era ffe nga gavumenti ya NRM tufuba okulaba nti eggwanga lyonna lifuna liganyulwamu okufuna ssente n'embeera ya demokratia. His Excellency the President yatugamba bwe yasanga zino essente eza kabineti eno n'atugamba kati mulaba ekkubo eriva wano okuyita Emityana lino ligenda Emityana paka Fort Portal. Fena tubadde tuyitewo bwe twagenda mu Labour Day twalaba ekkubo nga bwe liri okuva wano fe abagenda e Karamoja tuyita Jinja otwala essaawa n'essaawa okuva wano muzeeyi agambye ezo ssente tuziggyeyo kwezo bamemba ba parliament bade bateeseyo tukole amakubo ago tugaziwe kuba ly'Ejinja tukole kuba lya Hoima. Those are main projects. Fort Portal. Those are the main things. Kati nganze nange njagala kubanga bwe ngenda mu kyalo ngenda mu constituency nsobola okutwala ebbanga ttono naye kati bwe nva wano kusaawa zino genda Karamoja ntuukayo enkya ku makya.
Byebyo mubiwulidde.
Madam Speaker,
you're going
the minister has presented a list that was affected with the reallocation. Debating this with the letter of the president, and you need to go back to that letter. The letter is that you are tampering with priorities as parliament. And he listed, giving examples of roads. Madam Speaker, I want to speak a lot, but it will be fair to give the budget committee chair an opportunity. For example, the way the minister was reading here, many of my colleagues may not have picked. We have 300 billion that they are instating to Roko, which is a private company. Remember, this parliament gave Roko 270 billion. This is a private company. When you look at the priorities, Madam Speaker, I may not have, because we wrote a minority report, and I hope you'll give us time to make some reference to it. But the budget committee needs to refresh the mind, and this needs to go on record. Everybody must hear. The priority of the president is that you move money from ambulances. For me, I don't care which constituencies are benefiting. Mine is not, but I don't care. But the president is moving money from ambulances, money from regional referral hospital, to create 300 billion shilling for Roko, a private company. In his earlier submission on Roko, he said the justification is that Roko was helping them when they were fighting in Ruwero. So this is the priority of the president. So I am requesting.
Honourable members.
I am requesting, Madam Speaker, my formal submission as a shadow minister.
Honourable members, I have not seen any justification written by the president on the Luero issues.
Information, Chair.
That is just from
I am just lending Parliament my memory.
It is hearsay.
Information.
Madam Speaker, you had given me the opportunity. I want to cede this opportunity to the chair to tell us where they had taken the money and what the president classifies as priorities. Then we can begin the debate from there.